China's exports and imports topped $6 trillion for the first time in 2021. China's total exports and imports reached $6.05 trillion, an increase of 21.4%. That number is higher than Japan's 2021 forecasted GDP. This is very impressive considering the fact that China only achieved $4 trillion foreign trade just 8 years ago, and China's 2021 foreign trade growth volume was $1.4 trillion, which is equivalent to China's annual foreign trade volume in 2005. Let's break down these numbers. Before we continue, if you like what we talk about on this channel and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. I'll give you a few seconds to do that and then we'll continue. China's exports and imports topped $6 trillion for the first time in 2021. Customs data showed the economy, a global forerunner in containing the COVID, continued a solid recovery over the past year, 2021. The country's foreign trade in US dollar terms stood at $6.05 trillion in 2021, with the reading exceeding the $5 trillion mark before topping $6 trillion within the same year, 8 years after the country achieved $4 trillion in foreign trade. The growth volume in 2021 hits $1.4 trillion, equivalent to the annual foreign trade volume in 2005, according to the customs data. In yuan terms, China's commodity exports and imports grew by 21.4% year-on-year to 39.1 trillion yuan in 2021, with exports up 21.2% to 21.73 trillion yuan and imports up 21.5% to 17.37 trillion yuan. The country also posted stellar gains in exports and imports with its major trading partners throughout 2021. China's yuan-denominated trade with the ASEAN, its largest trading partner, increased 19.7% in 2021. While its trade with the EU and the US, its second and third largest trading partners, rose by 19.1% and 20.2% respectively. Moreover, its trade with economies involved in the Belt and Road Initiative (BRI) grew by 23.6%, 2.2 percentage points higher than the overall growth rate per customs statistics. China's exports and imports with BRI economies increased from 6.46 trillion yuan in 2013 to 11.5 trillion yuan in 2021 at an average annual growth rate of 7.5%. Li Qiwen, spokesperson from the General Administration of Customs, told the press conference in Beijing, announcing the latest figures. In 2021, China's exports and imports in yuan terms to the 14 member countries of the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership (RCEP) were also up 18.1% year-on-year, accounting for 30.9% of the country's total foreign trade. In a sign of China's trade prowess in the digital era, its e-commerce exports and imports, according to recent data, gained 15% to 1.98 trillion yuan, with exports up 24.5% to 1.44 trillion yuan. Private businesses, the backbone of the country's trade juggernaut, also booked 19 trillion yuan in exports and imports in 2021, an increase of 26.7%, 2 percentage points higher than the previous year, making up 48.6% of the country's total. Foreign investment firms tallied 14.03 trillion yuan in exports and imports, a rise of 12.7%. State firms, for their part, registered a 27.7% increase to 5.94 trillion yuan in exports and imports. Looking ahead, China's trade landscape faces rising uncertainty, instability, and imbalance amid recurrent waves of the pandemic, meaning the country's relevant advantage in taking the lead in economic rebound might be weakening. Nothing, however, that the country's resilience and strong economic fundamentals over the long run won't change, thereby vigorously underpinning a push to stabilize trade.